I feel like I'm meant to be here. This place could be in trouble in 20 years and we feel like we're booming it. We have to be putting the right things back or we're just going to destroy Ghana, essentially.
I'm Vanessakanbiyt, and in this video I'm interviewing Jeremy, one of my friends from when I used to live in London and be modelling, and I was so excited to meet up with him in Ghana to find out his plans of moving to Ghana.
My name is Jeremy Boateng. I'm actually a model from London, but I'm looking to kind of head out to Ghana and explore a few things, not only just like medicinal herbs, but also just organic farming and just natural building as well. I kind of want to bring back the best I can anyway as I'm learning. Any sort of technique that's kind of in line with Ghanaian living and improved Ghanaian living. Like I don't want to come here and kind of bring a lot of what was in the West, because I feel like that's what destroyed the West. And I think a lot of the reason why we vacate to places like Africa and Ghana is purely because of the fact that it's nothing like the West. Like it wouldn't be a vacation. No one travels from those places to come and vacate in an area where they're kind of doing 9 to 5s and there's pressure on them. And I feel it's just basically something I'm looking to do, because I feel like every Ghanaian or everyone who has been involved in diaspora or moved from Ghana or was like a first generation, no, I would say second generation in London, should kind of be looking to bring back any knowledge that we acquired in London back home, but to not capitalize over our own people, but to help our people benefit as well. To create jobs, but not jobs that destroy the earth and the land. Like Ghana's a beautiful place. And the more we kind of bring Western ideology, which has destroyed the West, got people thinking about moving to Mars and whatnot because it's that bad. It's like, I just feel we as people who've acquired that knowledge can come back to Ghana and start helping Ghana with all the knowledge that we've acquired.
So do you plan to move to Ghana full time?
Yeah, I do. My goal is to move back to Ghana full time. I think you have to be very measured about it, and that's what I'm starting to learn. My dad's been here for 4 years, and when he first made the move, it was sort of a sudden move because a lot of family issues and that were tied into it, but it ended up working out. But I would feel anyone who is planning, like I'm not over here fully, I'm still based in London, but I come here as often as I can to kind of get a bit more understanding of not only the country but the people, because in any environment you come into, you're going to come into new beings in that environment, and sometimes you feel operating with your mindset in this place is going to kind of make sense. But the more I've been here, I've started to realize that the way you have to understand how they do things is so important for you to actually move here smoothly. So yeah, I do hope to be here full time at some point, but it's going to take a bit of time because I want to establish myself first, and also know that when I do come, I'm able to provide something. I don't want to come here and be struggling as well. I want to be in a position where I can help others around me who are based here or moving over here to kind of establish themselves as well.
And you said you wanted to get into like herbal medicine and stuff.
Yes.
And you bought land. What was that process like?
Oh, okay, yeah. I'll let you know, in all honesty, acquiring land was quite smooth for me, only because I was lucky enough to have my dad go through the process first and foremost. What I would say though is you need someone here. If you try and do all this transfer money stuff, you know how this whole Western Union and stuff works. It's like someone could collect the money with fake ID. You don't know who's collecting the money. So I would advise to have someone here who's done it first, and to come back and spend a bit of time to understand what you're really getting yourself into, because even a visual of the land isn't the same as what the land actually is. So go there, experience it. The process for me has taken a while because I managed to purchase quite a bit of land. It took quite a bit of time and I had to pay it over a bit of time. So you also got to recognize that as well. So try and develop a sort of a rapport with whoever you're buying the land off, because that would ensure that you kind of built a friendship and an understanding before you go and send any money or finish any sort of contracts and whatnot. So the process was very smooth for me, but I had my dad here, so it helped.
How much land did you buy?
10 plus. I'll let you know that. It was more than 10 plus acres.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And what are you going to do on the land?
In all honesty, I've got, it's still early days, but I've had this dream of kind of, I really want to bring community into it, because I think that's a big part of wellness. I think in the West we're too separated, and I think a lot of that plays into a lot of mental health issues as well. So ideally, whatever I do, it will be in like mentioning the herbal medicine and mentioning the farm, and it's not really all about money. I'm gonna be honest with you, most people who come to Ghana have this idea of sort of capitalizing and being like, oh, I can, like hot cake. I've not seen it like that. Like, I really want to be settled here because I kind of see it as being someone who was removed out of their environment, kind of coming back to their environment. And just what I would say is, like, I think the best way to put it is, I feel like I'm meant to be here. It's not like a thing of, oh, I'm coming here to be clever about it. I truly believe I'm meant to be here. So everything I want to do, I kind of want to go to the locals and get understanding, but also help them to benefit in a more kind of organized way. It doesn't necessarily have to be completely modern, but if you get them a way which is kind of synergistic. I studied something called permaculture out in LA when I was living there, and it's all about permanent agriculture, how you also give back to the land and not just take from it. And I feel mass farming is all about what you take, and you need to think about what you're putting back in, or it's eventually going to run out. That's like anything, whether it be a piggy bank, you also got to think about what you're putting back in. And that's how I kind of see living back here. I want to really, whatever I do, I want to make sure community is involved. I want to make sure it's in tune with the land and the lifestyle here. And I want it to be like more beneficial. I believe nature provided everything we need, from housing to health. Let food be that medicine and medicine be that food. So I'm just trying to get my mindset. I'm far from like completely living that lifestyle, especially in London, but I feel like it's very difficult to do that in London. So that's my main idea. Whatever I do decide to do, I want it to involve community, I want it to involve health and people, and I want it to involve nature.
Thanks. So obviously you're moving potentially from being a model in London to living practically in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Do you think you're going to cope all right with that?
I already know, like, I've been coming here the last 4 years, like once every year. I already know that the transition, even from not being a model, I've known this for like 10 years. So even getting into the sort of graft type work, you got to realize that you're kind of going away from a day rate from 9 to 5, like being looked after all day on set, to working 10 hours cutting corn. Do you know what I mean? And I know it's not going to be easy, but for me, I've realized that some things that we consider to be benefits aren't always benefits. Like when you realize like growth, even in the body, it takes stress. Like if you don't go to the gym and rip some muscles, your muscles aren't going to grow. And for me, I've realized that a lot of people are killing themselves because they're actually looking to pleasure themselves too much. And I find that I just believe pleasure now is evil. So I'm trying to put myself through more stress, because stress is what keeps you alive. And I feel I'm a big Bible believer, well, spiritual, in regards to spirituality. And I feel like it mentions that by the sweat of your brow, you'll eat. So it just lets you know to actually even eat, you're gonna have to work a little bit for it. It can't just come for nothing. And I've learned to embrace it. And I've seen that people that live the longest are people who actually work the lands, who do what they were meant to do. Like even the influx of technology here is worrying me a little bit, because technology itself removes you from being you. You have like a bunch of people in Ubers now, which is it's a beautiful thing to have that sort of access out here. But the fact that like even moving is what makes us human. I think that's everything people love to come to the West, to come to Africa to see. Do you know what I mean? People actually living off the land and doing what they're meant to. That's what makes Africa so beautiful. But if the whole place ends up looking like London, this ain't a place to vacate to anymore. It's just another destination. And that's what scares me about a lot of the mindsets of a lot of the Western Africans here. They just want to come back and be like, oh, I can build a hotel and do a madness. It's not saying that's not a good thing, but when you got that mindset to just capitalize and be like, oh, like your people are already suffering, do you know what I mean? Bring them something that's gonna be conducive to their life, but also conducive to the earth here. We've only been here like, I feel like a lot of people moving in have only been here a couple years. If we keep moving as London, you know, like how they say like a lot of illnesses, we don't know what's about to happen because we're the first generation doing a lot of the stuff that has been happening. In 10 years, we could find out like, oh, like plastic's been leached in this, and like so many mad things could happen, but we don't know because we're the first generation to be doing these things. And the more I've looked at like science and what as a byproduct of a lot of what we're doing, this place could be in trouble in 20 years, and we feel like we're booming it. We have to be putting the right things back, or we're just gonna destroy Ghana, essentially.
Thanks. Yeah. Thanks so much for watching this video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't, and if you have, thank you so much. I'm almost at 20,000 subscribers. I can't wait. And let me know in the comment section below if you got plans to move to Ghana and anything you thought about the video. Thanks, bye.